Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Minecraft Create tutorial series. I'm JobNed1. Last time, we talked about power. This time, we're going to put that power to work and talk about mechanisms, starting with the basic mechanical items. Each of these devices you'll have in the base game, and they're the things I suggest building kind of first. Not necessarily in this order though, but definitely get you an encased chain drive. It's fairly cheap with an andesite casing and 3 nuggets. You can build this in your standard crafting menu just from your inventory. Um, these are kind of the most powerful ways to send power along and even be able to shift the direction of the power pretty much however you need to. There, how we're going to power the rest of these off of a water wheel and some shaft, and then it. Um, and I really messed that up, didn't I? Let's just do that real quick. Couple up. There we go. It may not be the fastest power, but it is at least rotating in that direction. Alright, next up is the depot. The depot is crafted with an andesite casing and a piece of andesite alloy on top of it. Again, this can be crafted in your inventory menu to where you don't have to be on a crafting table at all. These come in handy in a lot of different ways, but basically they're there to hold items. We will be using a depot in each of the builds that we're getting ready to do. But I'll show you that here in a minute. I do not need any of this anymore in my menu. We'll also be using the mechanical press. This is the very first item I suggest crafting as a tool. And usually how I would go about that would be this, so that and I actually want this rotated that way, and then off of that. So let's come off that this side, and then I can bring it up and bring it up and back over. Then I should be able to connect in and drop it down. All right. But the reason for this is because it is needed to help craft pretty much everything after this. Every item after this requires this to make a part of it. such as the encased fan here, the propeller, which I did not make a thing to show this, uses iron sheet, which, as you know, iron sheet is made by letting this thing bonk 'em. We're just going to let that make some iron sheet, but we're just going to actually grab the created things. But it's 4 iron sheet and andesite for the fan itself, and then you put an andesite casing and a shaft in, and you get the encased fans. Now, the encased fans are a bit interesting. We're going to go down this way real quick. Let's do it that way. That. 4 times. Or 4 encased fans, because there is a difference to each of these, and they are blowing in the correct direction. Usually I'd build these lower, but for demonstration purposes, I'm going to do it a little higher. Because I'd normally have the depots here at ground level. And then, that being said, normally these would be at ground level, so this would be underneath. Like so. But before that, we need to fill in what each of these are going to have. Alright. Water. We need lava. We need campfire. And soul campfire. So basically, we can smelt. We can smoke. We can haunt. And we can wash. And really, I don't need to block off either of those. Just over here. But basically, what each of these things do is lava smelts. So say we were on ground level, this is further up because it's not really there. Put these back in where that's hidden underground. So we're going to smelt iron. We are going to cook raw beef. We are going to wash gravel. And we are going to haunt, not sandstone, but sand. And basically, these do it all in bulk. So where there are 64 stacked, it's going to do all of them at once. There goes the iron. There goes the... And that's all of them. So basically, it smelts whatever needs to be smelted with lava. It cooks any food or things that need to be cooked. So I could actually throw kelp on here as well and get dried kelp with the campfire. With water, it washes, which is what it did to give us flint and iron nuggets. And the soul campfire, it haunts, which basically magically turns things into other things, such as turning sand into soul sand, which is something we will be needing later. Alright, our next tools are these two, and they actually work together. This actually can work along with the mechanical press or this. So I'm going to put 3 of these up. No, two of them up, because one's not ready yet. And then if you shift click at the top, it'll place it up high enough. So for this, I need the chain drive again. I want it to pull up. Actually, no, I want it to rotate. And then pull here. And then flip back down to place a gear there. And in that one, I can just stick one in. And let's throw a gear in, or a cog. Now this, as you can see, it's not fast enough to actually do its job. But this, unlike doing it straight to a depot, if we take the iron ingots and toss them into the basin, instead of it making them into sheet, it'll turn them into block. It compresses them and upgrades them, essentially, automatically. Now, the mixer is for mixing materials. If I increase the speed, we can show that, but I'm not increasing the speed right now. But that's more or less how we would hook that up. We'd use a quicker speed, of course. Quicker speed makes these things work faster. The mechanical presses or the mixers. But anyway, the rest of these are used different ways. This thing can turn any of the other four items into a contraption. And how it works is you supply it with power. So if I do that and put that on there and put any of these on, so say for instance I put the mechanical saw on and right click that with an open hand, it becomes a contraption, meaning the saw here is not requiring power to do its job, but this is what's getting the power, which is currently taking 32 stress units for it. But as you can see, it made all 7 blocks of iron that it could make from a stack of iron. But anyway, we are going to not really mess with the harvester, the mechanical plow, or the mechanical saw in this episode. Those three things, along with the mechanical bearing, are good for certain farms and other machines. So we're going to leave those alone. We're going to come to deal with the mechanical drill, however, because how the mechanical drill works is it can actually be connected straight off of here and be used with this way. Basically, we're making a lava generator. There, lava. Basically, we're making a cobble gen. Okay. So, if I take water and lava, put the lava there, put the water there, it'll make cobble. And I didn't make that far enough. Okay. But as you can see, it broke the cobblestone. Let's try that again. Water, lava. Okay. But as you can see, it drills through the generated cobblestone and lets you start collecting cobble. This is used for a variety of machines. So another thing we're going to go back and touch on later, this can also be used with this and several other machines to create different contraptions to make different things. But that is all we are covering in this episode. I can actually clean this up now. But that's how pretty much all of this works. Oh, also, if you wash soul sand, which is something we'll do later, for sure. You get quartz and gold nuggets. And that's a great way to continue your create journey. But the first thing is getting soul sand to either make a soul campfire to haunt them to make more soul sand, or turn around and just collect a lot of soul sand and wash it. But that is the basics of mechanisms. Not contraptions, mechanisms. So, next time, we are going to go about building a tree farm with a mechanical saw. That is our next thing to create. But till then, I will be here, and if you like this video, hit the like button below. If you want to see more from me, hit subscribe, and I will catch you later in the next one. Bye-bye.